We live in a world where external approval often defines our worth. From childhood, we are conditioned to seek validation through praise, recognition, or simple acknowledgement. At first, this need for validation seems harmless, even essential for social connection. But as we grow, it becomes a silent force, subtly pulling the strings of our decisions, shaping who we are and dictating the course of our lives. The more we seek external approval, the more we move further from our authentic selves, as though we're playing roles on a stage, desperately hoping for applause. But at what cost? There's a hidden price to seeking validation, one that is far greater than the fleeting satisfaction of being noticed. It's the price of losing touch with our true essence, of becoming strangers to ourselves in the pursuit of approval. This is not just a personal journey but a universal truth. The price of external validation is not paid in applause but in the quiet loss of self. Seeking validation is a primal instinct, a desire to be seen and acknowledged by others. But beneath the surface, it's far more complex. We often place our sense of self-worth in the hands of others, constantly adjusting our behavior, beliefs, and desires to gain approval. In doing so, we create a false self, a version of ourselves that exists solely to meet the expectations of others. This leads us to the second theme, the illusion of choice. We may feel like we are making conscious decisions to seek approval, but the reality is that our choices are often shaped by societal norms, family expectations, and cultural pressures. Validation is a force that operates beneath the surface, shaping us in ways we rarely recognize. We think we are free, but in truth, we are often responding to invisible patterns that were set long before we had the words to understand them. The third theme is the cost of silence. The silence that arises when we deny our inner voice in favor of external praise. In silencing ourselves, we become disconnected from our own truth, losing touch with the very essence that makes us unique. External validation becomes a hollow echo, filling the void temporarily but never truly satisfying our deeper need for recognition. This brings us to a profound realization. True validation can only come from within. The external world cannot define our worth. It is only when we acknowledge and accept our true selves that we can break free from the cycle of seeking approval. Only then can we discover a sense of worth that is unshakable and independent of the world's perceptions. Consider the myth of the seeker, who embarks on a quest to find a treasure, something that promises fulfillment and enlightenment. The seeker journeys through forests, deserts, and mountains, only to find that every treasure they find vanishes or fades. Exhausted, they finally encounter a mirror, which reveals their true self. The treasure they sought was always within. This symbolic journey is a reflection of the path we take when we seek validation from the external world. We wander, searching for approval, never realizing that the truth of who we are is already inside us, waiting to be seen. In another myth, Narcissus gazes endlessly at his reflection in a pool of water. He falls in love with the image he sees, oblivious to the fact that it is only an illusion. Narcissus's fate mirrors our own when we become obsessed with how others see us, allowing external validation to become the foundation of our identity. We lose sight of our true selves and become trapped in a cycle of shallow reflection, never realizing that the most important approval we need is our own. The chameleon, too, offers a poignant lesson. This creature changes its colors to blend in, adapting to its surroundings in order to survive. But by doing so, it loses its true identity. Like the chameleon, we change ourselves to meet the expectations of others, hiding who we really are. And like the chameleon, we risk becoming invisible, not only to others but to ourselves. But perhaps the most powerful symbol of transformation is the butterfly. The caterpillar retreats into a cocoon, shedding its old identity, and emerges as something entirely new. This transformation is not just physical. It is symbolic of the journey we must all take to break free from the need for validation. Just as the butterfly emerges, liberated from the cocoon, we too must shed the layers of expectation and allow our true selves to emerge. In these stories, the real treasure, the true self, is never found in the external world. It lies within, waiting to be uncovered. The journey to seeking validation often takes us away from ourselves, toward a reflection that is not our own. In this search, we lose touch with the deep, unshakable truth of who we are, becoming disconnected from our essence. But the good news is that the cost of seeking validation is not irreversible. It is not too late to reclaim our authenticity and break free from the cycle of seeking approval. The path forward does not require grand gestures. It requires courage. Courage to be seen, not through the lens of others' approval, but in the quiet space where you can truly see yourself. True freedom lies in the recognition that you are enough as you are, without the need for external validation. In this recognition, you reclaim your sovereignty and your voice. This is not a call to reject connection or community. It is a call to recognize that true connection begins within. The most meaningful relationships are not built on the foundation of validation, but on mutual respect, understanding, and shared truth. When you begin to validate yourself, you can then engage authentically with others, not from a place of neediness, but from a place of strength. As you step away from the need for external approval, you begin the process of self-liberation. This journey is one of self-acceptance, where the mirror no longer reflects an image to be perfected, but a soul to be embraced. It is time to shed the masks and reveal your true self. The self that needs no validation because it is already whole. The treasure you seek is not out there, waiting to be earned through the approval of others. It has always been within you, waiting to be uncovered. Will you accept the invitation to step into your truth, to stop seeking validation, and to begin living in the freedom of your authentic self?